So we have about 3 weeks left in the session, and I think it would be useful for our viewers to maybe get some input from our panel as to the issues that the panel thinks are going to be most significant, and we're likely to see some resolution between now and when the legislature goes home. This is not a session where we're likely to see a special session because it's not a budget year. Let's start with you, Representative Garofalo. Then we'll go to Representative Kotyza-Witthuhn, and then finally to Senator Marty.
Well, Barry, what I would say is that we already have a fully funded budget for 2 years. So we're at a point in the session now where the only things that'll be passing are the things that must pass, not the things that we necessarily would like to. So a problem we have had at the legislature the last 40 years is we've actually had fewer and fewer statutes being signed into law. And so it doesn't mean that government's getting any smaller or spending any less money. It just means that fewer and fewer people are making more and more decisions. Last session, the entire funding of our government, every bill that passed was contained in 31 separate statutes. That was it. And that was a new record low. And so unfortunately, I think you're going to see that trend continue this year, where you're probably going to have a lot of things jammed together, decisions being made by a few legislators, and it'll kind of continue that downward trend, unfortunately. Now, I'd love to blame my DFL colleagues for this and say it's 100% their fault, but the reality is this has been a multi-decade trend that under both Republicans and DFL leadership has progressively gotten worse. So that's the bad news. The good news is I expect that in 2023, you're going to see bipartisan support to reverse that trend, and you're going to see the legislative process be much more open, many more individual bills, single subject bills and appropriations, not this end of session train wreck that seems to finish every legislative session.
Representative Kotyza-Witthuhn, your thoughts?
Thanks, Barry. So we just finished yesterday passing our supplemental budget bills off the House floor, and we concluded with the tax bill and then a combination bill, which was commerce and climate and energy and workforce. I think that those are all the four that got put together. We had to combine more of the supplemental budgets in the House because the Senate has not. Some of the committees over there have opted not to put forward a supplemental budget bill. So in order for them to match up and go into conference committee, they just had the subjects had to kind of match. So we had some really good debate and discussion on the House floor. I think that we're moving in a great direction in order to put some money back in the pockets of Minnesotans who are struggling the most throughout the pandemic. We've already, we've taken care of our small businesses, the corporations via the Unemployment Insurance Trust Fund, and now we really want to take care of workers, families, students, and so I think we've got a really great package of tax rebates and tax credits, including my Great Start child care tax credit, which will expand the current dependent care credit for families who have children under the age of 5, and really help them out with child care expenses and significantly reduce the out-of-pocket cost.
Senator Marty, it was interesting that Representative Garofalo opened up with this discussion by discussing some of these process and procedure issues, and you and I have had this conversation, I think, multiple times over the last several years. So this is right in your wheelhouse. Tell us.
I'm glad he mentioned it.
But I think you could respond to Representative Garofalo.
No, I'm glad he mentioned it and glad you mentioned it. And he mentioned how, I knew it was under 50 bills last year. I didn't count precisely, but I looked at it. I made a chart a number of years ago of since statehood, reference library provided chart, how many bills we passed. It used to be, it used to be every other year, but since the 70s, it's been dropping. It was 600-700 bills every 2 years they were passing. Then we were doing that 400, 500 bills a year. And now it's down to, as he said, 30 some, I guess. And it's a very steady drop off in the last decades. And I've been fighting. I was trying to actually, we don't want to get into separation of powers issues here or something, but I was actually trying to stimulate a lawsuit on the issue several years ago, and was working with the lawyer who said it would be the biggest pro bono case in Minnesota history, and kind of concluded in the end that it wasn't likely to get a ruling our way, so the way we have to do it is ourselves. And that's one of the reasons I'm glad to be lead on Finance Committee. I would hope if chairing the committee was going to say that we could have a lot of, you tell the divisions, we're not going to hear bills in finance until you take the crud out of them. And I think that's what we have to do. And as Representative Kotyza-Witthuhn said that, how many bills have to be merged together because the Senate didn't have them all, and the way it's worked out, it's a terrible way to do things. I made a mock title for one of the ones about 6 years ago, a bill for an act relating to, because the Constitution says every bill has to have a single subject which shall be stated in its title. And I do everything from leaking beet juice from trucks to everything but the kitchen sink, and even the kitchen sink was hidden in there somewhere. It was a 1,000-page bill. And it's clearly unaccountable, and I think he's right. It's not a partisan issue. It's something I think growing numbers of members should agree with the public on this, that it's a terrible trend, and it realistically does put more power in the hands of leadership, which is why whoever's in charge tends to want to put more things together because they get to call the shots. But there's a reason we have 201 legislators from every corner of the state. So we have different perspectives, different ideas. And frankly, I tell new members in the Senate, when I was first elected, I'd carry 10 or 15 bills into law each year. And it's not that we pass fewer things. It's just now it's all folded in somebody else's bill. And so voters, if I care about veterans issues and the veterans bill is folded in with housing and 50 other things, then maybe I'm voting against the bill despite liking that because there are other things in the bill. So it's a process change we have to change. And it's process, but it's really important to everything else we do. Having said that, the real short answer to your original question, what's likely to happen, and yet I think there's a lot of ambition for what should happen. In the end, there's such great differences between Senate Republicans and House DFLers that I'm not sure we're going to have a lot of things pass yet. Again, the big package that passed last week was a plus, but I don't know whether we're going to have a lot of movement on education or a whole range of other issues.